G'day YouTubers, how you going today? Thought it was about time to drop another video, give a bit of an update where we're at and what's going on. Been a bit of a crazy day yesterday. You'll have to excuse me, I'm still getting over this damn cold. Yeah, this Bitpetite had a bit of a drama yesterday, didn't it? When it went down, I thought that was the end of it, doing their exit strategy. But yeah, I don't know what to think about it really, to be honest with you. You know, I got burnt on a number of programs. So I started off quite gingerly and tentative with Bitpetite. After not everyone, so many people were talking it up, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can trust it, don't want to get burnt again. So started off with about 200 odd bucks in there, thought I'll just test it out and let it play out and see how it goes. And if this will load up, we'll see. The website still might be a little bit slow recovering. It's not going to show me. It's still recovering from yesterday's dramas. But yeah, it was put in some BTC to BTC. And once I had hit my ROI, I thought, righto, gained some confidence in it, in the program. So I thought, yep, let's throw in a bit more. So you can see here, my next one I put in was some Litecoin, and I've just about ROI'd the Litecoin. So that's pretty cool. And my initial investment of BTC, it won't bloody show up here. Its window only just finished yesterday, so that initial investment has run its course and made all my money back on that. So that was pretty cool. But after the server went down yesterday, I was getting a splash screen coming up that said game over with some funny drawings on it. I'll see if I can pull it up just quickly here. And I posted it on one of the groups I'm in, and they thought I was taking the piss and making a joke out of it. But legit, this is what I was seeing when I went into Bitpetite, and this is what was coming up. And that didn't make me feel real good at all. And I think most people were just getting the usual, can't connect to the server, or just, timing out, and they couldn't see anything. But for whatever strange reason, this is what I was seeing. And I tell you what, I really thought they were taking the piss at me, and that was game over, as it says. So I don't know if anyone can enlighten me as to why I was seeing this splash screen. I'd love to hear about it, but I don't know, just really weird there. But anyway, after all that debacle, it seems that they've pulled through, and here we are, website's back up. Did a withdrawal late last night. I believe that Ethereum and Litecoin has come through, but I believe they're still having issues with Bitcoin, so that hasn't come through. Due to the high demand on Bitcoin at the moment, due to the Bitcoin gold rush. So they've asked just to give them a bit of time. So rather than spamming their help support, we'll just play it cool and wait some time. But as you can see, I made quite a number of investments in the last few weeks to step up from my initial what was it, about $200 after I gained some confidence. So I got a little aggressive on some of these strategies, because you can really make quite a bit more if you reinvest, obviously compounding. There's a few different strategies, but if you go for the sort of the first 12 days reinvesting, you can increase your total return from this 147% upwards of 170%. So I was running that strategy just to see how that goes, and you can see I got my total invested up quite to a reasonable number. And then with that server issue, I was like, oh no, here we go. But thankfully, we're back up and running. They're talking about adding Monero. So we'll watch this space and see what happens there. But yeah, we're about nearly 50% ROI on this investment. So I don't know what to do yet, whether to keep reinvesting or we just sit tight and ROI this investment, and then once I've ROI'd that, then we'll reassess the situation. So watch this space and we'll see what happens there. We'll touch on Bitconnect. That's probably logged me out. The old faithful Bitconnect. Come on. Get this capture. Bear with me a second. So it's been chugging along real nicely. You can see here I got 533 in the lending wallet, and I would have had over 1,010 to do my reinvest, but I've withdrawn a few dollars over the last week to pay for a couple of things. So it's back to saving up to build that up to 1,010, so I can reinvest and get that extra plus 1% bonus interest. But let's see how it's been performing for me. With my active investment is up to 18,770 with a total earned of just cracked the 10,000 mark. How awesome is that? So if you remember, or for those that haven't watched the earlier videos, I had an initial investment of about 11,400 roughly. So I'm getting close to ROI, my initial investment, although I haven't physically taken that cash out and put back in my pocket. I've compounded it. So trying to grow this little nest egg. And obviously 10,000 here plus the 11,400 doesn't add up to this active investment. As I said, I took out some funds earlier this week, and then I've also been staking in the Bitconnect wallet. I've got about 13.6 Bitconnect coins there that I've been staking, and slowly been getting some stakes there. You can see the 13th, and then had a bit of a week of nothingness because I don't have a lot in there, and then got another one on consecutive days there, the 19th, and then one yesterday. So that's pretty cool. So that's where some of the other earnings have gone. And clicking on that, you can breaks it down further. You can see that of that 10,076, that's total from the lending profit and zero from commissions, as I still have zero people under me that have period. So it's something I had been watching, but I didn't really pay attention to until just this second. I knew it had broken the $200 mark, but look at that, it's now pushing $214. So obviously it's tied to the Bitcoin. So since Bitcoin's had a rally this morning and it's been pushing 6,000, I don't know if it's actually broken the $6,000 mark, but it's in the high 5900s. So obviously that's why this one's had a bit of a rally up from when I looked at it last about 12 hours ago, where it was around the $200 mark, and she's gone up, $14. So go Bitconnect. This is the one that keeps me sane. Looking forward to see how this one evolves over the coming months. The one I want to talk to you about today that I have been in for approaching a month now, and it's been, as I've tried to gain confidence in the program and got to understand it a bit better, is this Chain.Group. And I had mixed feelings about it initially, and again I started out with about a $200 investment, and we'll go to the different trade groups, because ChainGroup is like an escrow service, I guess you would say, where then other trade groups can go sign up under ChainGroup, and then you can join these other programs like Bitstrong, Xbots, Dragon Foundation. I've got most of mine in the Dragon Foundation. I think they offer pretty good terms, where they offer a deposit term of 180 days. Compounding is impossible, but you can get around that by just doing a new reinvest. And then early withdrawal is impossible, and then the principal refund, it doesn't happen. You get your principal refund is included in the interest payouts. So those terms at 180 days, where you go and look at Xbots, their deposit terms is 90 days. Similar scenario here with compounding, withdrawals, and your principal refund, but they only get you 90 days deposit terms. So at the end of 90 days, that contract's over. So, and you look at their interest, it's running in the low 2% per day. And it's a similar story with Dragon Foundation. So with the Dragon Foundation, you've got a deposit term of 180 days. So basically, you'll be looking to, well, what's been happening for me is that you'll go close to getting your ROI. Well, here, within 30 days, on average, you're getting nearly 75% of your initial investment within 30 days. So you're looking at about 40 days, thereabouts, give or take a bit, with my rough maths, to get your ROI on that initial investment. And then after that 40 days, you've still got 140 days of pure profit, right? Where if you go on with Xbots, for example, they've got a deposit term of 90 days, so they're earning like roughly 62% for 30 days, right? So you might be looking at about 40 to 45 days to get your ROI. Let's say 45 thereabouts, and then you've only got 45 days to earn back. So what would you rather, 140 days or 45 days? I don't know, maths is pretty obvious to me. So that's why I've gone in mostly with Dragon Foundation. But another one is TG Thomas, and they offer a deposit term of 300 days. So that's a long time. Keep that in mind. Compounding is possible. They do offer this early withdrawal of 20%, beg your pardon, an early withdrawal, but it incurs a 20% fee. So it's nice to have that feature, but if you get shaky feet and you want to get your money out, you're going to take a bit of a hit in the pocket with that 20% fee. But nice that they offer it nonetheless, I think. And then keeping in mind they offer the principal refund, and their percentage rates are typically a bit lower. But remember, you get your principal refunded, so you need to take that into account compared to the other funds where the principal is actually included in the payouts. So I suggest you take a look at their websites. TG Thomas, I had a good read the other day, and some might say it's not very professional, but I like the way it's written, and whether they're taking the piss or what, I don't know, but they're having a bit of a laugh as well, and it's a bit of lightheartedness. So whether that's a good thing, people might want to see this full-on, professionalism, but I kind of like this take on what they're talking about and how they've written their story here about their group of people. So I suggest, I'm not going to go through it now. This video is going to drag on. What we're already up to 16 minutes, but have a read. It's good for a bit of a light-hearted laugh, and see what you reckon. And again, check out Dragon Foundation. I like their website. It looked quite professional, with their different investment offers, where they break it down with their 180 days, what they trade. So they're obviously not just doing Bitcoin USD, they're in a whole bunch of other top coins. And then something that I thought really good was this justified risk. So again, not going to go through it here. Take your own time to have a read, and whether they're just pulling on your heartstrings or whatever, but they make some good points there, I believe. Versus having a bank deposit or investing in cryptocurrency. And kind of nice that they put some faces up. Whether they're legit, I don't know. This dude is I got a laugh out of this dude's picture, but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. But back to the important bits is the actual ChainGroup website. And if I go back to where I'm at, so you can see I've got 4 total investments with the Dragon Foundation totaling 1,050, with the 1 investment in the TG Thomas of 200. And because I've got, I'll touch on that in a minute. So you can see here, I did my initial investment on the 24th of September, and a few days ago on the 18th, it looks like here, you can see where I ramped up. We'll take an actual look at them. 196, there you go, was the initial investment. I've ROI'd 65% of that. And you can see that's going to run through to the 23rd of March next year. Then on the 19th of December, I came in and put the $800 odd in. And then because you can't compound, what I've been doing is just taking my payouts and just creating a new investment and putting them in. So I'll probably do that for, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably do it for a little while, maybe a month. Keep running the reinvestments, just trying to build my total invested up, and then I might look at some other strategy to start taking some money out to get back in my pocket, so I can look at other options. So not a bad little website, I reckon. And then we'll have a quick look at the TG Thomas. You can see that I just started that yesterday on the 20th. It was started out as around 200, and you can see here I started off on a 50-50 split with the compounding versus withdrawal, because I wasn't sure if you could actually change this on the fly, but they've actually got this option here where you can change. Like I said, I started on the 50%, and then when I seen that you can change it here, I was like, okay, sweet, I'll put 100% on, compounding on for a while, and then later on, if I decide I've built that up a bit and I want to get some of the investment back, I'll turn the compounding off, and once I've built it up to, I'm not sure, maybe doubled it or maybe up to $500, I might turn the compounding off and get some dollars out, or BTC. Well, one of the things is they pay you back in dollars, but then it's obviously converted into BTC, and you're actually physically paid, when it's actually withdrawn to your account in BTC. So yeah, you're under risk with the fluctuation with the BTC, you know, whether it's going to go up, going to go down. Obviously there's been a lot of growth there lately, but is that going to continue? We'll have to wait and watch this space. So pretty good site. I do like it. Another neat little thing I'll just touch on quickly if I can find it. I'll go back here. Is they've got these stabilization funds. So we'll go down the Dragon Foundation. You can see they've got 100,000 stabilization fund with 5,900 investors. So say they went belly up and they took the money and run, right? Then the ChainGroup has this stabilization fund where you would get a fraction of your investment back. Obviously this isn't going to be enough to cover everyone's investment, because no doubt there's a lot more invested than $100,000, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, watch this space, see how she goes, but I think that's a neat little website, this one, so we'll keep watching and see how that goes. And just quickly look at that, just looking on their site here, they're saying the BTC has cracked the 6,000 up to 6,025. I'll have a look at Bitconnect saying 6,043. So there you go, we've cracked the all-time high, well and truly powering on through that $6,000 mark for BTC. So whew, she's getting up there, but watch out for a crash coming, I reckon. Just my 2 cents worth. Alright, well, I'll leave it there for today. It's dragged on enough, I think, but thought I'd just touch on that and let everyone know where we're at. Might try and get a video out in the next couple of days and talk about some more stuff. So keep an eye out for that. If you like my content, subscribe, throw in a comment. It all helps to keep me motivated to want to do this, you know. Come along for the ride and watch how this crypto plays out for me. I know a lot of people are out there telling their story, so this is my story. Join in, throw in your 2 cents worth if you want on where we're at and what's going on. And if you're really interested and you like my content, join up under me and join our little team, and let's have a go. Hopefully this crypto space is gonna change our future. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everyone. Till next time.